Hi, I'm Dan, and if you're new to homebrewing, so am I. Welcome to my adventures in homebrewing.
Hey everybody, it's Dan, and it's that time once more to go around the world one more time and have a beer or two along the way. Thanks for coming out. This video is a little overdue. As per the last time we talked about me rebuilding my 3-vessel brewing system. So we saw the actual new control panel, which I'm really excited to get down to using. But before we go to that, there's a couple more things that we have to do. And I did a little investigating when I started ripping things apart to make sure everything was okay, just to reattach to the new control panel without killing it. And well, we found a few things. So first off, with the new control panel, I got new sensors, new sensor wires. So I've already replaced the sensor that goes to this kettle, which is my HLT, to the wire to the control panel. So this is, here, let's change camera view so I can show you better, like that. So this is the old sensor, and you can see it's kind of beat up and everything else. And the pins, well, they can probably be in a little better condition than everything else. This is the brand new shiny sensor, and also the pins and everything else in there look really great. The cool thing about this is that they're not push in and turn and lock. This one's actually a screw gate, which I kind of like. So it'll be easier to actually get the sensors on and off without really taking the chance of breaking anything, which I kind of like. So it took a 3/4 inch wrench to take it off the actual kettle. I put Teflon tape around here. Then I reattached it to where the actual sensor goes to the manifold that actually lets the water or the water come out. So come back to the main camera. So that is done. Now, as you could probably guess, there's a few things along the way. So when I actually did my looking into why the control panel died, the original, I really should have done more looking into it than I did, mainly because I found there were 2 wires that weren't crimped properly, which caused resistance to go back into the panel, which melted the solid state relay. Hence, I almost burned the house down. Highly recommend you don't burn your house down, and when you get something that's used, you rip it all apart, make sure everything's really good to go, and if you have a friend who is an electrician, have them go through it with a fine-tooth comb to make sure everything is done properly, things are crimped properly, and if you touch it with, once the power's off, you touch it with a screwdriver, it doesn't fall apart. So that's done. I'm gonna go to my side camera. So as you can see here, there's a variety of things. Like I already showed you the sensors, which is great. Now, this is, as you can see, yeah, this was the Element. It's seen better days. So I have a brand new Element that is going to go in its place. So with that said, they're both 240 volt, 5500 watt, and they're really good. So what we're gonna do is now we're gonna install this bad boy. So when I took off the old Element, there was no rubber gasket here. They had this nice little O-ring there to help prevent water from coming out and everything else. Good. I was trying to figure out why I wasn't getting this to cinch up properly. Then I looked again. It already has the actual rubber gasket or the O-ring on it that I don't need to worry about, which I think is pretty freaking amazing. So I don't have to worry about trying to get that thing on after trying to fumble through it for the last few minutes. So I've already, let's change camera here. So I've already cleaned out the actual kettle. I've already made sure everything is good to go. It's clean and everything else. As you can possibly see, I don't think you can. So I'll tell you, there's a hole here in the actual kettle where the actual Element goes. I've actually removed that. Everything inside here is clean. HLT. Once this is done, I'll reinstall the actual Herms coil, and that'll be a different video of me struggling away. So in order to get this in, we are going to actually change camera views here for a minute. Boop. And we're going to bring this up just like that and over there. Okay. The joys of home video. So here's a few things out of the way. Don't need Teflon tape. So as you can see, it's like an S shape. So you feed it in accordingly. Just like that. And then when you get to this part, sometimes it's better just to screw it in. There we go. There. It's in. Too easy. Now, here comes the fun part. Where did I put the nut? Uh-oh, there it is. Did you like that uh-oh? Did you like the uh-oh? I did. So now we have the nut. And as you can see inside the kettle, there we go. There we go. It's already in. I made sure it's in properly. It's all good to go. That's just a little bit of moisture in there for me when I actually washed up the kettle earlier because it was full of crap. So now we're going to take that and we're going to actually screw it on and hopefully things work well. And actually, I missed a step. So we'll take this back out for a sec. Never just attach things without doing it properly. So we actually have a junction box. That goes like that. Into the junction box. There we go. Make sure everything's seated well. There we go. Okay, so that's seated. Now, I've been thinking about how to properly do this a couple times, and because I was struggling a little bit to actually get it to hook up. So this is what we're gonna do. Get this in. There we go. Then we're gonna twist you in place. There we go. Okay. Turn the junction box like that. Now, one thing I thought about doing was this. Ugh, turning it outside so I can actually see what I'm doing. You may be wondering why I have all these towels down. Well, I don't want to wreck my kitchen counter. That's why. So now, turn this way. So there. Now we're going to actually take our nut, put it there, and hope it actually grabs, which it's not for some reason. So we're going to go like that a little bit more. This is where the struggling comes in. So, oh, okay. I don't think I really need that junction box. Oh, did it grab? It grabbed. There we go. There we go. It grabbed. All right. Whew. A little bit of struggling goes a long way, guys. There we go. There we go. Okay. There. There. All right. So, it's on. A little bit of struggling. So, now, as you can see, there we go. There we go. As you can see, it's all in there, okay? The nut's on, element's in. So now I have a pipe wrench. Hopefully it works. So you gotta get your pipe wrench in. Hopefully it's big enough. Put it up as far as you can. There we go. And if that doesn't work, vice grips. I think this is what I did last time too. Open up your vice grip as far as it'll go. There you go. And turn the bolt on. And you'll get, Dan, why don't you have the proper wrenches? Well, these are all my wrenches that I have, and they work. They do a good job. It just takes a little time, and if you're going to do something, take your time. Especially when it comes to doing this. Oh, there we go. That should be good. There. All right, just be careful that you don't scratch your kettle. All right, so there we go, guys. That is the element on the HLT replaced. If you hang on 2 minutes, I'll show you in a minute how we reinstall the Hermes coil. See you in a few minutes. All right, guys, as promised, we're back. So now, as you can see here, we've got the Hermes coil in. Now we just gotta make sure everything lines up. We don't strip anything. As you can tell, they're all compression fittings, or they got ferrules and everything else. So give me a sec while I get my mitts in here to get things lined up properly. Get on. There we go. Not the easiest thing in the world, guys. I'll tell you that right now. This one is definitely on. All right, so let's start with that bottom one. All right, so get your pipe wrench, get it to the right size. And start putting it on. Pretty straightforward. Unless you're me. And things get a little more difficult. And if worse comes to worse, the pipe wrench doesn't work, well, as always, good old vice grips. Sometimes they get you out of everything. Okay, that's the right one. So that's what we gotta do. We just gotta tighten it up, and it came off. Okay. All right, guys. So once this is all done, once we're all done, I'll show you the end product. All right. See you in a bit. There we go. Hey guys, we're back. So after a little fiddling around, I got the Hermes coil in. It took a little bit of ingenuity, but it's in. So as you can see, here's the Hermes coil, all connected, good to go. Got the new element in. It is safe, it is good to go, it's insulated. So only thing that's left to do now, believe it or not, is to connect all the electrical, which will be on a different video. So thanks for coming out, and stay tuned for part 3 when I struggle to get the new element into the boil kettle. No, I'm just kidding. Now that I know what I'm doing. So stay tuned when I actually start installing everything into the brew house, and we have a good time doing that, and then we can actually start using this beast. All right? Have a good one, guys. See you on the other side.